Hey, what's up? So today I wanted to talk about something that is important to me. Um, I didn't want to make an edited video with captions and subtitles and anything fancy because I think this is something that I just want to talk about straight up as is, as if I were sitting there as somebody who knows you, talking to you face to face. Just genuine. I don't think this needs any frills. So if you found this video and you searched for it, you may be asking yourself the question, do I have a drinking problem, or is alcohol a problem, or am I an alcoholic? I would first off challenge that if you are questioning that yourself, then the chances are that, yeah, you probably do have a problem. Anytime other people are asking you, like, hey, do you think you have a drinking problem, or suggesting that maybe you cut back, there's usually a reason. So, I mean, it's affecting your life in some negative form or fashion. If you're missing work, it's affecting relationships with a wife or girlfriend or friends or whatever, then yeah, I'd say it's a problem. Maybe it is, maybe it isn't. Everybody's an individual and different. But I guess if you're even considering it, then I'll present this to you. Life is definitely better sober. I've been sober for 3 years, and I can honestly say I don't miss anything about drinking. Whether you are waking up with hangovers, or like I said, missing work, or you wake up and you don't really remember what happened last night, or things you do remember you're embarrassed about, or whatever. I mean, I don't miss any of that stuff. Just from the health benefits alone of not drinking, it's always better to not drink. I don't miss any of it. People ask, what if, I go to Bengals games or football games in general, whatever, parties, things that you did that revolve around alcohol, how do you cope with that? And honestly, I wake up the next morning early and I feel great, and I don't have any regrets from the day before. So yeah, I don't miss it. There's nothing that I got out of drinking that I can say was worth it. Yeah, some people, have a few drinks and relax and have a good time. And if it's somebody that doesn't have an alcohol problem, great, good for them. But I can assure you that you can, even if that's you, like, you could get by without it. You're not getting anything out of it in life that you're truly going to miss. So anyhow, a lot of people ask me, how did you get sober? Like, what did that look like? People that are considering quitting drinking, or people that have come to the realization that, yeah, they definitely have a problem, and they're asking, like, how did you do it? My whole story and the whole process is very lengthy. I want to go over the top 3 things that come to my mind today, and I'll expand upon them later, and I'll make more videos. If this is of interest to anyone, if anybody benefits from it at all, I'll definitely make more content about this and discuss it further, as far as what worked for me personally. The 3 main steps are: step 1 is you have to be honest. You need to be honest with yourself about the amount that you're drinking. You need to be honest with yourself that, yeah, I probably have a problem. Me personally, I was hiding a lot of the amount that I would drink. I would stop at gas stations on the way home from work and drink a couple of tall boys, and get rid of the cans before I got home. And that way, when I got home and I started drinking more, my wife, in my head, didn't realize how much that I'd actually had. I'd go run errands and do the same thing, and I did a lot of deceiving. And after I got sober, I came to the realization that I was lying to a lot of people, but the only person that actually believed my lies was me. I was lying to myself mostly, and I convinced myself that I had it under control and that I could stop anytime I wanted. If that were the case, I would have just stopped. So I believed my own lies, that I was in control of it. I could stop. The fact is, I wasn't in control of it, and I had trouble stopping it. So stop lying to yourself and stop lying to everybody else. The moment you start being honest with yourself and other people, you'll realize how liberating it is and how free it is. There's nothing to hide anymore. You don't have to cover your tracks. It's just a very free way to live. So I would suggest, in the realm of being honest, is find a close friend who you can trust. And by friend, I don't mean somebody who is a drinking buddy, because what I found is most of the people I thought were friends, they had pretty severe drinking problems, and they didn't really want me to stop drinking, because when I was drunk around them, or carrying on and taking part in that behavior, it made them not feel as bad about their problem that they had. So find somebody that you can actually trust, that you can be accountable to, and be honest with them. Say, hey, I think I'm struggling with this, and I think that maybe I need to stop, and I need some assistance in keeping me accountable. And that kind of leads into number 2, which is you need community. It's not really something that you can do alone. I'm sure somebody out there has done it alone, and you can, maybe you can, I don't know. But I'll say this, it's a lot easier to do if you have a community of people. There's an old saying that, my brother-in-law always says, show me your friends and I'll show you where you'll be in 5 years. And there's a lot of truth to that. If you were trying to amass wealth, if you wanted to become, a big investor, you probably would not spend most of your time hanging around somebody that blows their entire paycheck on lottery tickets every Friday and is broke until next payday. That's probably not the person you're going to associate with if you're trying to achieve some sort of financial gain. Maybe that's not the best analogy, but just what comes to the top of my head. So when I say community, I mean people who are also sober, or people who are your real friends that will be honest with you about whether or not you have a problem, or will support you in trying to get sober and stop drinking. Those are the people that you need to associate with. Ideally, find somebody that has gotten sober. That's who you want to befriend. Find a group of people like that, because they've been through it, or at least a similar situation, and they will have some understanding, and they'd be more than happy, I'm sure, to help you get sober. So community is a big deal. That support when you're going through it, I mean, that's night and day. For me, I still, 3 years into it, I still once a week go to the same group. It's a meeting of men. It's not AA. I tried AA. That was not for me. I found a different group, and you need to find your own, whatever works for you. Some people love AA. They go to a meeting every single day, and that works for them. And that's awesome. Do what works for you. Me personally, that was not my thing, so I went to another group, and like I said, I still go every Thursday. Somewhat for myself, it keeps me accountable, and it's like a weekly checkup, and also so that I can help other people. I am thrilled to help anybody else on their journeys to sobriety, to keep them accountable, to like I said, show what worked for me and try to help them out any way I can. So number 3, the top thing is routine. So for me, at least, my drinking had become a very habitual thing, and I had to come up with new healthy routines to take the place of what I was doing. And you're trying to make a major change in your life, routine will make it a lot easier. You need to fill as much of your time as you can with routine, so when you get off work that you're going to go to the gym or go for a walk, or take the dog and play, whatever it is. And then at 6:30 you're going to eat dinner, and be very regimented at everything that you do. And if your time is filled, especially in the early part of sobriety, it'll make things a lot easier. One of my best friends always uses the analogy of bodybuilders. Bodybuilders their whole being is generally very selfish. But it's very regimented. They have a serious goal they're trying to achieve. So, they wake up at 4 a.m. and they drink a protein shake, and then they get up at 7 and eat 6 egg whites. And at 11, they have, half a chicken breast and a baked potato. At 1 o'clock, they, have another protein shake. They go to the gym at 3. everything. They go to bed at the same time every day, have 1 gallon of water a day. Everything is very regimented, and that's why it works for them. When you're trying to achieve something serious in your life, routine is paramount. You have to have routine. For me, my routine looked like simple things. Like I got up every day and made my bed first thing. Everybody's seen the video of the Navy SEAL talking about how important that is, and I tried that as like the first step to implement. Made my bed every day, went to work. As soon as I got off work, I had a routine for the rest of the evening so that I wasn't sitting there with an idle mind thinking, oh man, I'd really like to have a drink right now. So building that routine, the occupy your time, those are the 3 things that really are key to getting sober, and they apply to a lot of things in life, realistically. But I'm addressing this because it is something. I'll get into more of my story if, like I said, anybody benefits from this or there's any interest in hearing more about it. You can comment below, subscribe to this, and we'll talk more about it. But real briefly, I had allowed alcohol to affect my life to the point where I was starting to lose jobs because I was calling in sick, hungover all the time, and it finally got to the point where my wife filed for divorce and kicked me out of the house, and it took a long road to reconcile my marriage and prove my trust to her again. And it's once trust is lost, it takes a lot of work to get it back. And if that's the situation you're in right now, I challenge you to focus on the sobriety first, fix yourself, and then you can fix the relationships that are damaged. Like I said, we'll get into that more if anybody's even interested in this. But I wanted to share those 3 key things. Be honest, build a community, and routine. Those are the paramount factors. So let me know below if you're interested at all in hearing the rest of my story and the things that worked for me to get sober. And if you are looking for somebody to communicate with and help you privately as well, reach out to me, message me. I'd be more than happy to help anybody on this journey. So wish you luck with it, and I will share more later. Thank you.